It's 2019 and TaylorMade are killing it with the M5 and M6 range of drivers. But then they go and release this. So how does the Original One mini driver compare to my current driver that I'm gaming, the TaylorMade M5? Let's find out, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. I'm absolutely ecstatic you chose to click on my video to watch a comparison between the TaylorMade Original One mini driver and the TaylorMade M5 standard size driver. If you are new here, please just take a second to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy the content, and I always want people to be a part of my videos. Comment below, could you see yourself using a mini driver? Do you use a mini driver? Or are you going to stick with the old traditional, well, the new traditional 460cc head, 45.75 inch shaft, and potentially more distance? Now, I have already done a full review on this Original One mini driver. But I just felt like I had to compare it against the real deal, against my gamer, against the TaylorMade M5. I've also done a video on this against a TaylorMade M6 3-wood. That was out on the golf course using shot tracers, so if you do want to see that, I'll link it up in that corner now. Mini driver is a 275cc head, multi-material design, twist face included, and a carbon crown. Ooh. And it's got to be said, it feels and sounds pretty phenomenal. The idea behind this mini driver is for people who want to hit more fairways and aren't comfortable with the modern day 460cc head and 45.75 inch shaft length. Now, in my full review of the TaylorMade Original One mini driver, I said it's fantastic, it's good. I mean, go watch it if you want to see it. But I did claim that it went 10, 15, potentially 20 yards. Not gonna lie, I can't really remember what I said, but I did say it wouldn't go as far as a normal day driver. And then I thought, well, that's not really fair, because what I'm judging that on is my good drives. I'm judging that on when I smash a drive. And how can you claim that without testing? This is the test that everyone wants to see. I'm gonna keep jumping in between clubs. This thing started pretty well. So I've got the M5 in 9 degree, the mini driver's playing 11.5 degree. That's lofted down from its standard 13.5 degree. And that's the best drive I've hit in a long time. I guess it really kind of depends on what kind of person you are, regards to if you're going to game one of these or not. Do you enjoy hitting driver? Do you like the challenge of smashing one as far as you physically can? Or do you struggle to hit fairways and you just think, if I could just plod it down there and get it in play, this could be for you. But based on those two first drives, plod it. Both of the clubs have multi-material design, both of the clubs have carbon crowns, and both of the clubs have twist face. However, the M5 has speed injected twist face, and the mini driver is just like a standard twisty face. Yeah. You may notice that I'm teeing the ball quite high with both these clubs. I'm going after them. I'm trying to hit these as far as I can, because not only am I trying to test dispersion, you need to know what your boy's packing, right? Too long in America, sorry. Oh, that's as oh, that is as good as I've got. And the M5 is going to do well to get past that one. Very well. In fact, guys, after that one, I'm just a little bit warm, actually. I just need to have a... That is actually a gift for Mark as well, so I'm sure he'll enjoy that. I might wash it for you, Mark, beforehand. I might not if I see you today. You see, now it's so important to test clubs on the same day, with the same balls, in the same conditions, because if you test a club one day and say this went 270, fantastic, brilliant, love it. I then test my M5 driver on a different day and it goes 280. Well, that's fine, but on a different day I might be freer, I might be looser, I might be swinging better. It's so important to try and treat tests as fairly as possible. That's why I'm swapping in between the clubs rather than just hitting 10 of each. Baller, sit, water. Now, I wasn't planning on hitting too many shots here because, not gonna lie, it's the bank holiday weekend, I don't have a lot of time, but I'm really enjoying hitting this. It does sound and feel awesome. Could it go in the bag? Could it? I'm not sure if I'm gonna wake up and these first 4 proper drivers have all just been a dream, but check out that dispersion. Pressure's on to keep that up. Well, it's regained its crown as the longest of the day. Good lad. Now, I've just had an idea. Who would like to see this shaft, the full length 45.75 inch shaft, and this shaft, the 43.75 inch shaft, swapped over? Would that make a good video? Comment below if you want to see that. Oh. Alright. That's 8 shots hit with the M5. I've only hit 7 with the Original One mini driver. I'm going to therefore hit 1 more with the mini driver. And I'm going to go after this one a little bit. I did go after those last few with the M5, and I am trying to test these for distance as well as dispersion. Oh, that was terrible. Oh. See, now, and that's my only gripe with this club. When I go for it, when I want to really try and smash one, and you don't quite hit the middle of the club face, the forgiveness, unfortunately, isn't there. The club face isn't as big, it's not going to be as forgiving. I mean, it finished okay, it hit the fairway, but that's going to lower the averages, unfortunately. Sorry. So I have hit 8 shots with each. I feel that's a pretty good representation. I'm swinging pretty good today. I feel good in myself. I feel like I'm hitting it hard. The distances are pretty good. Let's see what the numbers say, and then I'll come back, I'll report back, and I'll tell you what I think. So initially, dispersion with the mini driver, not fantastic. Don't feel like I've really kind of gained a lot with the dispersion there, as opposed to with the M5, the Gamer. I mean, you can't really split those, can you, for dispersion? Couple of bad swings, couple of good swings. What about the numbers? Initially we'll look at the M5, the Gamer, and the longest drive I hit, couple of 283s. So pretty nice, pretty happy with that. That for me is a good drive. Anything around 275, 285 is a good hit. Averaging 277, pretty good. I'm going to take that all day long. Average spin 2.6, well 2.7, but very good again. Average club speed 110 and average ball speed 161. Remember those numbers. The Original One, the mini driver. Longest drive with this, 280. Not bad, that's not bad, is it? Shortest drive 244, the last one, the one I went after. Average distance 267, so 10 yards in. Club speed average 106, so that's down by 4. And ball speed 156, so that's down by kind of 3 and a bit. Spinning at 2.8, so spinning very, very similar. So not quite the initial 15 to 20 yard advantage with a proper driver that I did claim in the initial review of the mini driver. However, 10 yard difference, I think that's fair enough. Would you give up 10 yards, guys, to hit more fairways? Although looking at the dispersion, it's not really hitting more fairways for me. I mean, it would be a test for the course, that, wouldn't it? But for me, I'm going to stick with the M5. I can see the 10 yard difference there over 8 shots, 8 pretty well struck shots, and I don't feel like going to a mini driver would help me hit more fairways. Regards to these two clubs as a comparison, I do like them both. I think there's definitely a place in the market for the mini driver, and I think definitely it will suit some kind of mid-handicap players, maybe even the odd low handicap player whose strength is his short game, is his iron play. He struggles to hit fairways, but then he hits greens, he chips and puts well, and that's how the handicap is where it is. I would be very interested to test these, and I probably am going to test them with this shaft in here and this shaft in here. Not only for the shaft design, but for the shaft length. The shaft in the standard driver is 2 inches longer than the shaft in the mini driver, and remember this is playing at 11.5 degrees, whereas the driver's playing at 9 degrees. Looks wise, for me, I much prefer the look of the standard driver, and you know why that is if you've watched the video on why I chose the driver I'm using this year. I much prefer the silver on top. That helps me differentiate from the crown to the face, and for me that's vital. I have to be able to see that realistically. Personal preference, you probably think it's a load of rubbish. Some people do think it's a load of rubbish, but I think aesthetics on a driver is very, very important. Guys, thank you so much for watching that review. Thanks so much for watching the comparison. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're new here, don't be scared to hit that subscribe button. Do not be scared to leave me a like. And whatever you do, don't be scared to comment. Guys, see you tomorrow.